And now back to Bobby Likis Car Clinic and your host, Bobby Likis.
Let's take a call from South Carolina. Ronnie, welcome to Bobby Likis Car Clinic.
Yes, Bobby, how you doing?
I'm fine. How about you, sir?
Good, good. My daughter's a 40-year-old widow, and I have to take care of her car for her. But
Bless you.
2004 Toyota Camry, she'd be out on the road, and the speedometer would drop and go crazy, and she'd be doing 50, and it dropped about 35, and I'd go drive it, and I never could get it to do it. But
that's the way cars are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but anyway,
what can I do for you?
I took it to the mechanic, and he said he checked the engine out and said it's a transmission. So we took it to the transmission guy, and he overhauled the transmission, and he said the black box was the computer that tells the transmission whether to change gears was gone.
Yes, sir.
So he ordered another one. He couldn't program the first one.
Right.
So he had to order another one. What is usually the deal with that? Are those things hard to program or what?
Yeah, they can be. And to that end, Ronnie, what we do is not specifically transmissions, but this is applicable. Something even more simple, you would think. We put a new door lock actuator in a Lexus recently. Now, that's the little key fob, where you push the button and it unlocks the doors, or you push it lock and it locks the doors. I mean, it's not rocket science. It's an electric solenoid that pushes or pulls. I mean, it's that simple. However, this particular car and the way cars are designed these days, including your daughter's Toyota, this lock solenoid had 6 electrical pins on it. 6. Now, if you want to reverse polarity, you need one negative, and you switch the hot to the upside or to the downside. So really, 3 wires would do it. Why 6? Because as part of the safety release of all the doors in the event of a crash, you see that the car was designed, this Lexus was designed so that when the airbag deployed, and most cars are designed that way today, all of the doors unlock so first responders can get there and open the door and pull somebody out of the car without having to break a glass or what have you for all the obvious reasons. You would cause somebody some damage or injury. Now, having said that, we had to dismantle this door to get to the door lock actuator, including pulling most of the window regulator out. Ridiculous the way it was made. I think it was made not to be replaced, more so than to be replaced. And then we had to reprogram the computer because when we put the new part in, the car didn't even recognize it. And so in order to do that, we had to go to, and this may be, Ronnie, it's a long answer, but it's the fact, and it's true for new cars today. We had to go to the Toyota OEM site and connect to that site, and then we had, and for that we had to pay. And of course, that's one of the reasons that we went and upgraded our complete facility to fiber so that we could have faster operations and more solid redundancy and more solid connections to the internet through Cox Business Fiber. And that works. In fact, that's how we're communicating right now globally, is using Cox Fiber from Cox Business. But the bottom line, we had to reprogram this car and initialize this new door lock to the car. That's what your technician is having to do. And if the existing black box is not recognized by the car, this is if all the wires are good, and that's another issue there that I won't go into. But if the wires are okay and the box is not recognizable, that means that it's no longer functioning, and the brain of the vehicle, i.e. the body control module or the ECM, the electronic engine control module, and all the other modules don't see that part on there. So it's like there's Ronnie here, there's Bobby here, there's Kevin in the control room, and Rob and Jonathan. I mean, and then all of the folks that are tuned in right now, which I don't know the names of all the folks, but I know the names of the people that are in immediate vision for me, and then you. And if one of us pulls out, we're out of communication. Therein is why they had to replace the box, because it would not communicate with the reprogramming. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome very much. Good luck, and bless you for taking care of your daughter's car. I know that's important, and she's lucky to have somebody like you, and I mean that because I have 2 daughters.
You have a good day.
Thank you. You as well, Ronnie.